Let me tell you something straight up. Wall Street is a casino, a giant spinning wheel of fortune where the odds are stacked against you. Most people don't see it that way. They think it's some sacred institution, a golden ticket to wealth if they just get lucky or follow the crowd. That's a lie. A big, fat, dangerous lie. The stock market isn't a game of chance for the sharp. It's a battlefield where the educated thrive and the ignorant get torched. You want to win? Stop playing like a sucker betting on red or black. Start playing smart or you'll get burned so bad you won't even know what hit you. This isn't about hoping for a jackpot, it's about taking control and building something real. Here's the brutal truth. The average person jumps into stocks like it's a slot machine. They hear a hot tip from a friend at the bar, see some slick-talking analyst on TV hyping a company, or chase the latest meme stock because it's blowing up online. That's not investing. That's gambling with your future, and it's a fool's game. The house always wins when you're clueless. The big players, the institutions, the insiders, they're not guessing. They've got the knowledge, the systems, the edge. They're moving pieces on a chessboard while you're flipping coins. You're just cannon fodder unless you wake up, ditch the herd and start thinking differently. The choice is yours. Stay blind and lose or get sharp and fight. So how do you play smart in this rigged game? First, get this through your head. Wealth isn't built on hype, it's built on cash flow, cold, hard, consistent cash flow. Most people chase stocks hoping the price shoots to the moon so they can sell high and cash out. That's a sucker's bet. Speculation, not strategy. It's like betting on a horse because it's got a cool name. You want real power? Pick companies that pay you to own them. Dividend stocks, cash flow machines. Businesses that spit out money quarter after quarter, year after year, whether the market's soaring, crashing, or stuck in the mud. That's your ticket out of the roulette wheel and into the driver's seat. Prices can crash, bubbles can burst, economies can tank, but cash in your pocket doesn't care about Wall Street's mood swings. It's yours, and it keeps coming. Now, don't just run out and buy the first dividend stock you see on some list. That's how you lose your shirt, and fast. You've got to educate yourself relentlessly, obsessively, like your life depends on it. The stock market isn't magic. It's not a fairy godmother waving a wand to make you rich. It's math, psychology, and discipline rolled into one unforgiving package. Learn how to read a balance sheet, know what assets and liabilities really mean. Understand what a P/C ratio tells you about a company's value, not just what some blog says it should be. Dig into the guts of a business, its debt load, its cash reserves, its management team. Is it a solid operation that can weather a storm, or a house of cards waiting for the wind to blow? Most people skip this because it's work hard, tedious, brain-straining work. They'd rather roll the dice and pray for a miracle. That's why they're broke, scraping by, blaming the market for their empty pockets. That's why you don't have to be. Paper assets, stocks, bonds, funds can make you rich, but only if you're sharp. The average Joe hears stock market and freezes up, scared stiff of losing it all. Fear's a killer. It's the grim reaper of wealth. It keeps you on the sidelines, clutching your measly savings account while inflation gnaws it down to nothing. Or worse, it makes you jump in blind, chasing every shiny object, every trending ticker, until you're wiped out and crying about how unfair it all is. Either way, you're toast. Done, finished, irrelevant. The antidote, knowledge. Fear comes from ignorance, from not knowing what the hell you're doing. Master the game, and the fear melts away like ice in a furnace. You don't panic when the market dips. You see a sale, a chance to grab value while everyone else is running around like headless chickens. Let's talk about the crowd for a second, because they're your enemy, your biggest obstacle. Wall Street thrives on herd mentality. Pump up a stock with headlines and buzz. Get the masses to pile in with their life savings, then cash out at the top while the little guy's left holding an empty bag. You see it over and over. The dot-com bubble, the housing crash, the crypto crazes. Same story, different costumes. Hype is a trap, a shiny lure dangled in front of suckers. When everyone's screaming buy, 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 it's usually time to sell, or at least step back and think. When they're running scared, dumping everything in a panic, that's when you strike, picking up cash flow gems at bargain prices. Cash flow stocks don't need hype. They deliver value, not headlines. They're the quiet workhorses that keep paying while the hype chasers crash and burn. Tune out the noise, TV, social media, your buddy's sure thing, and focus on what pays, not what shines. Here's a hard pill to swallow, and you'd better choke it down. You're not going to get rich quick. That's a fairy tale for suckers who buy lottery tickets and dream of private jets. The stock market rewards patience, not greed, discipline, not desperation. Pick solid companies, reinvest those dividends, and let compound interest do its dirty work. It's slow at first, boring even, like watching paint dry. But it's a snowball rolling downhill, picking up size and speed. Give it 5 years, 10 years, and it turns into an avalanche of wealth that buries your doubts. Most people don't have the guts for that. They want the thrill, the adrenaline rush, the instant jackpot. That's why they're spinning the roulette wheel, praying for a big score while you're building a fortress brick by brick. Patience isn't sexy, but it's powerful, damn powerful. Education isn't just about numbers, it's about mindset, about how you see the world. Wall Street's designed to confuse you, to keep you guessing, to make you feel small and out of your depth. That's how they win, by keeping you dazed and dependent. Flip the script. Treat every trade like a lesson, every move like a test. Every loss, and you will have losses, don't kid yourself, is a chance to get smarter, to sharpen your edge. Ask yourself the tough questions. What went wrong? Was I chasing hype instead of value? Did I miss the cash flow because I got lazy? Adjust, learn, come back stronger. The market doesn't care about your feelings, it doesn't give a damn if you're sad or stressed or tired, but it respects your brain if you use it right. It bows to the person who thinks, not the one who whines. Let's get practical, because talk is cheap, action is what counts. Start small, but start now, today, not next week. Open a brokerage account. They're easy to set up, no excuses. Pick 1 or 2 cash flow stocks. Think utilities, consumer goods, companies that have been paying dividends for decades, not months. Study them like your life depends on it, because your future just might. Look at their history. How do they move when the market tanks? How do they hold up in a recession? Paper trade if you're nervous. Test your strategy on fake money until you've got the hang of it. But don't sit there forever pretending, hiding behind practice. Real money, real stakes. That's where the rubber meets the road, where you feel the weight of your decisions. You don't learn to swim by reading about it, or dipping your toes in the shallow end. You jump in, flail and figure it out, or you drown. Risk is real, but it's not the boogeyman most people think it is. They hear risk and picture losing their house, their car, their kids' college fund, so they play it safe, stuffing cash under the mattress, or locking it in a bank at 1% interest. That's not safe. That's suicide by inflation, a slow bleed that leaves you poorer every year. Stocks have risk, no question. Prices drop, companies fail, markets crash, but doing nothing has risk too, and it's a hell of a lot uglier. The trick is managing it, not running from it. Diversify a little, not too much, or you're just playing index fund roulette with extra steps, but enough to spread the load across a few solid players. Stick to what you understand. If you don't get tech, don't buy tech stocks just because they're hot. If you can't explain in plain English why a company makes money, its products, its customers, its edge, walk away. Knowledge cuts risk down to size, ignorance blows it up. Wall Street wants you to think it's complicated. Charts with squiggly lines, jargon like quantitative easing, algorithms that sound like rocket science. That's a smokescreen, a wall of noise to scare you off and keep the game for the insiders. Don't fall for it. At its core, it's dead simple. Buy value, get paid, grow it over time. The complexity is there to intimidate you, to make you think you need a finance degree or a fancy suit to play. You don't. You need a brain, a plan, and the discipline to stick to it when the herd's stampeding the other way. Cash flow stocks are your edge. Steady, boring, powerful, like a diesel engine that just keeps chugging. Hype stocks are the casino's bait. Flashy, addictive, deadly, like a slot machine that eats your quarters and spits out nothing. Let me hit you with a reality check, because you need to hear this. Most people lose because they're lazy, bone deep, soul-crushing lazy. They won't do the work. They'd rather binge Netflix than crack open a company's annual report. They'd rather gossip about the market over beers than build a portfolio that pays their bills and then some. That's their choice, and their funeral. They'll die broke, bitter, pointing fingers at everyone but themselves. You've got no excuse, not a single one. The tools are out there: books, websites, financial statements, podcasts, data, all free or dirt cheap. The only thing stopping you is you. Get off your ass, get in the game, and play it smarter than the rest. No one's coming to save you, not Wall Street, not your boss, not the government. It's on you. Time's your ally if you use it right, your secret weapon, if you stop wasting it. Start today, right now, and in 10 years, you could be sitting on a cash flow empire, dividends rolling in like clockwork while the gamblers are still begging for the next big tip. Wait, procrastinate, make excuses, and you're just another broke dreamer whining about the system being rigged. Newsflash, it is rigged, against the lazy, the clueless, the impatient. The stock market doesn't owe you a damn thing, it's a tool, not a savior. Master it, and it works for you, pumping out wealth like an oil well. Ignore it, underestimate it, and it chews you up, spits you out, and moves on without a second thought. Let's double down on that practical bit, because you need a roadmap, not just a pep talk. Open that account, I mean it, do it this week. Pick a sector you get, maybe it's energy, maybe it's food, maybe it's healthcare. Find 2 companies in it with a track record, at least 10 years of steady dividends growing or stable, not shrinking. Look at their payout ratio, how much of their profit goes to dividends. If it's over 80%, be skeptical, they might be stretched thin. Check their debt too much, and they're a ticking time bomb. Read their latest earnings call transcript, it's online, free, and tells you what management's thinking. Start with $100, if that's all you've got. Doesn't matter, just start. Watch it for a month. See how it feels to own something that pays you, then add more when you're ready. That's not gambling, that's building. One more thing, don't trust anyone blindly. Not me, not some guru, not your cousin who swears he's got the next big thing. Verify everything. Cross-check the numbers. If someone says a stock's a sure bet, assume they're full of it until you prove otherwise. Your money, your rules, nobody cares about it more than you do. That's the mindset that wins. Here's the bottom line, and I want it seared into your brain. Wall Street's a roulette table for the unprepared, a spinning wheel of doom for the dumb. Play dumb, chase hype, trust luck and you'll get burned. Guaranteed. No exceptions. Play smart, focus on cash flow, educate yourself relentlessly, and you'll turn paper assets into a wealth machine that runs itself. It's not about hitting the jackpot, it's about leverage. Leverage you create through knowledge, discipline, and time. Stop spinning the wheel like a chump, and start stacking the odds like a pro. The choice is yours. Get sharp, take control, and build something real, or get scorched. And watch your dreams go up in smoke. What's it going to be?